Okay, so we've kind of gone over those exercises, and if people have questions, hopefully I can answer those. What we're going to go to next is an exercise for the upper body, exercise for the lower body, okay? And I will demonstrate, and we can kind of explain how this is going to work. But I'll get on my stomach, and we'll start with that, okay? My goal is not to be too wordy and kind of get to straight to the point. So, what we're going to be doing is we're going to get on our stomach, and we're going to get down, and I'm going to face the camera, and before I do so, I'm just going to explain. What I'm going to be doing is looking to the left, this is my left, putting my right hand by my side, hand underneath my chin, looking left. What I'm going to be doing is lifting my body up in this direction, as if my hand was glued to my cheek, okay? And what I'm trying to do is extend, looking in the direction of my elbow, okay? And back down. So the angle of my elbow is looking up in that direction, okay? Back down. This in itself is quite challenging. And coming back down. Again, with the principles that we talked about is keeping the abdominals somewhat braced, extending. Now, if this hurts your back or you can't do it with your shoulder because of mobility issues, those are things that we need to address. However, this is something that's fundamental in nature and should be practiced, okay? Again, you want to be doing both sides. I always like to recommend doing a rep range of 5 on one side, 5 on the other, because what we're slowly going to pick apart is discrepancies from one side to the other. Everybody's got a little bit of imbalance due to dominance, how we're born, injury, you name it. So what we're going to do is work on that. We're going to try to get as symmetrical as possible and then move down to the lower body. And since we're already kind of talking about going in that direction, I'll show you what we're going to do next, okay? So we're going to be on our stomach. I want to have the chin neutral again, looking down. And what we're going to focus in on is lifting the leg up and back down. I often like to have the foot, what's called dorsiflexion, like that. So that's plantar flexion, dorsiflexion, okay? I don't want the foot pointed out. I don't want the foot pointed in. I want it straight ahead. Again, lifting up and back down. Neck should be relaxed. Lifting up and back down. We'll be doing both sides. 5 per side, mastering, seeing if there's any symmetry issues from one side to the other, and practicing those. Okay, so those are some beneficial things to start working on. Okay, once you've mastered those, we're going to start working on another progression, and what that's going to look like is this. And most people are going to have trouble with this one. Okay. Again, both sides. Reason being is you're working on some muscles in your upper back. What we're trying to focus in on is mid to lower trap activation. Most people are not going to be able to do this one well, and it will be challenging. So we'll have to progress and come back and reverse engineer some of the movements, okay? But we'll go over that in the future. The next exercise is then moving back down to the lower body. And what we're going to act like is we're on our stomach, abdominals braced, and you're going to bring your leg out, but your leg cannot touch the floor. It has to hover along the floor, come up, keeping that heel way down, coming all the way up as high as you can go, back, down. Trying to keep that heel close to the ground, up, and back down. It looks easy, it is not. Ideally, my upper body should be neutral. back down. Again, 5 repetitions per side, being really cognizant of the fact of difference from one side to the other, and really honing in on how hard that is, what muscles you're using. However, if you can't do it because of discomfort, mobility issues, do not do it. However, these are some movements that we're going to try to address because we need hip mobility to move forward in some of the exercises that we're going to talk about in the future. Okay? So we'll start with those, we'll end there, and then we'll come back.